Have you ever experienced a strange or unsettling event during the holiday season? Today, in this video, we'll be diving into a true Christmas scary story. Inspired by a real-life encounter, we want to explore the eerie and mysterious side of the holiday season. In this simple yet gripping story, we'll follow the ups and downs of a kid named Linford. Trust me, it's a narrative filled with twists, turns, and a few spine-chilling moments. So grab your snacks, hit that like button, and let's jump right into the captivating world of Linford's journey. Trust me, you won't want to blink, or you might miss a twist or two. Buckle up, because this story's about to take you on an unforgettable ride. In 5th grade, a new student named Linford joined our school. Usually, when someone new comes in, they might be a bit shy at first, but soon they find friends. However, this didn't happen with Linford. Right from the start, some kids started saying that he smelled. People who sat next to him in class or during meals confirmed it. It wasn't a terrible smell, but it made me feel sorry for him. Even at the age of 10, I could sense that there might be something wrong in his home life causing this. Many kids probably felt sorry for Linford, but were afraid to be seen as friends with the kid who was said to smell. Eventually, someone did approach him, but it didn't go well. There was a big fight on the school playground, and everyone gathered to watch, including me. In the fight, Linford was hitting a smaller kid repeatedly, and the smaller kid was trying to protect himself. Teachers had to come and stop the fight, and Linford got suspended for the rest of the week. The other kid only had to go home for the rest of the day. We had to wait a day to find out why the fight happened, and it was surprising. The smaller kid just walked over to Linford and asked if he wanted to play football with him and some friends. That's all. Linford didn't say anything. He just started hitting the kid. It was pretty scary because even at our age, we sensed that Linford might have some issues. If that's how he reacted to a friendly invitation, it was concerning. When he came back to school the next week, everyone avoided him. It was even more depressing than when he first joined. It seemed like he got in trouble with his parents and the head teacher, probably telling him to try making friends. But by then, everyone was scared of him, so any attempts to be friendly were quickly rejected. Children were asking, is he going to get angry again? He seems to be nice now, but how long will it be before he gets angry again? So that was the end of Linford's attempts to make friends, and things took a strange and dark turn. It all came to a head when he brought a gerbil to school in an empty plastic rice pot without air holes. It was a colorful pile of rice pot, but the gerbil didn't survive the journey, and Linford was caught playing with its lifeless body. After that, Linford disappeared. I don't know if he went to a special school or something, but I didn't expect to see him again. Fast forward to the middle of 10th grade, which is the last compulsory year in the UK before exams. In mid-October, a new student joined our year group, presumably from another school. So he moved to our school to do his exams with us. It's a different school from where I first met Linford, and not everyone from the previous schools was there. When I heard about the new kid, I didn't know it was Linford until I saw him. He had grown into a 16-year-old version of the guy who played with a dead gerbil on his desk. News spread quickly, just like it did years ago. Rumors about what he was like had everyone either avoiding him or being careful around him. He was intimidating before, but now he was about 5'10" and quite heavy. I know I mentioned how sad all this is, but I feel the need to emphasize it again. Linford hadn't made any friends during his time away, and while the rest of us were growing into outgoing young adults, he still seemed like the same loner from primary school. But then, just like the first time he joined our school, any sympathy people had for him disappeared when he started being mean to everyone. In the last 2 years of secondary school, I had a kind of will they won't they thing with a girl named Laura. We eventually got together after leaving school, but during that time, we pretended to be just friends, even though we spent a lot of time together. One day during lunch, Laura told me about a problem. Linford had followed her home the previous night and stood outside her house until her dad made him leave. I felt a sense of dread because I could see what she was about to ask me. Laura asked me to talk to Linford and tell him to stop following her home. I'll be honest, Linford scared me, but I decided to do it because of the feelings I had for Laura. Against my better judgment, I told her I'd talk to him. At the end of the day, when Laura was going home, I walked with her, even though it was a detour from my usual route. During our walk, Linford suddenly appeared behind us with his distinctive jet black hair and squinty eyes. Linford needed glasses, but he never wore them. When I saw him, I stopped, told Laura to wait, and went back to confront Linford. I asked him if he was following Laura, but he didn't even look at me. He just smirked and tried to walk past me. I walked alongside him, telling him that Laura didn't want him following her home. I stopped again, and he ignored me. I could see he was getting upset, so I stepped back and asked him again if following a girl home was a bad idea. He didn't answer right away. I was about to ask him to stop following us when suddenly he swung a punch at me, but he missed. It might sound silly, but I asked him, "What's your problem?" His eyes widened, and he pointed at me, screaming that I was his problem. I thought he was going to attack me, but instead, he walked away in the direction he came from. It was my first time talking to Linford. We had never spoken before, not even in primary school, but the way he spoke to me, it felt like we had been enemies for years. Looking back, I think he resented me for being close to Laura, even though I just saw him as a weird and sad guy. He had developed a strong hatred for me over the weeks. Thankfully, he stopped following Laura after that, but instead, he focused his attention on me. Linford would give me intense stares whenever we crossed paths, and it genuinely worried me. He openly read a book about serial killers, and the teachers didn't do anything about it. They thought reading was educational, so they didn't want to discourage him. But this made me and my friends think Linford might do something dangerous, like attack me in the corridors. We joked about it, but part of us was genuinely concerned. When the Christmas holidays came, I was relieved to have a break from his death stares. But on the last day of school, Linford tried to follow me home. I should have tried to stop him, even with a punch, but I'm not that kind of person. I wasn't tough then, and I'm not now. The idea of fighting him, considering he was taller and wider, was just laughable. Luckily, Linford didn't seem interested in a fight, but I couldn't do anything to stop him from following me. He kept his distance but made it clear he was following me, not even trying to hide it. I tried to lose him by walking around the local park, but no matter what I did, he always found me. By the time I got home, I thought I had lost him. But when I looked back before entering my house, there he was. I felt sick, not because he outsmarted me or showed dedication to tracking me like Michael Myers, but because I felt like I put my family at risk. I began to regret standing up for Laura because her dad could handle situations like this. He was a big, intimidating builder, unlike my dad, who was more like me, not a fighter. I kept it to myself, thinking I might get in trouble or ruin the Christmas holidays by bringing Linford into it. As the days passed without incident, I hoped Linford would leave me alone. Turns out he did, but on Christmas Eve, I woke up to multiple missed calls from Laura. When I called her back, she told me Linford had tried to break into her house the previous night. He was dressed in dark clothes, trying to push through their patio doors silently. Laura's dad, armed with a baseball bat, scared him off, and the police caught him. Linford had pills, rope, knives, tools, cheap headphones, and a cassette tape in his backpack. The tape played strange music, and Linford wouldn't explain his plans. He faced charges like attempted breaking and conspiracy to commit various crimes, including kidnapping and causing harm. After his arrest, Linford disappeared again, and I wondered if he went to juvenile detention. I hoped he got proper treatment for whatever was wrong with him. Despite the relief, I sometimes worry about running into Linford again. He had already shown up twice in my life, and if he's gotten worse, encountering him could be dangerous. I hope I never have to find out, and will go out of my way to avoid him. In the end, the story of Linford is a reminder that sometimes people face challenges that we might not fully understand. It's essential to approach situations with empathy and support, even when someone seems different or troubled. If you found this story interesting or have had similar experiences, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Share this video by hitting the like button and telling your friends what you think. Click the bell icon to receive notifications for more content like this. Your support is crucial in helping us create more engaging stories and discussions. Please join us for our next video soon.